What's up, guys? We are back with this week's issues. I'm Shawn.
I'm Drew.
And we're going to talk about our top 10 books for the week. We're also going to throw something new at you guys. We're going to throw our skip-its in there. So, top 10 buys and books that you can skip. We'll talk about that more in a minute. So, how do you pick your top 10 books?
Engagement is number one. And I'm going to add another factor. There's one factor I keep meaning to add, but I haven't. It's a term Richard Donner used on the set of the original Superman movie. It's called verisimilitude.
You gotta explain that to me.
It's a sense of realism in the story you're telling. There has to be a foundation of realism when you're telling your story.
If anybody can spell that word, good on you.
It was on the set every day. He had it posted everywhere. Verisimilitude.
Interesting. So, a sense of realism to the story then.
Yes.
Okay.
That word applies to some of my skip-its.
Okay. So, I picked mine on a lot of spec in there, stuff I think is going to be either worth something this week or in the future. And then, am I looking forward to reading the next one? Is there something new and different in there? That's how I pick my books. So we're going to start this week with the skip-its.
Okay.
Okay, so go ahead. I'll show you my first skip-it. You show me your first
So
skip-it.
these are, I have mine in no particular order.
Yeah, me neither. I just randomly grabbed them.
Okay, so boom.
Okay, you know, hold on a second. If we have the same skip-it, I'll pull it out too.
Okay. We're pulling an audible.
Yep, there you go. So I had the same skip-it. Let's talk about why we're going to skip it. No, put yours up there too.
Okay, my copy there?
Yep.
All right.
So why are you going to skip this one?
The ending of this left me angry and a feeling of a sense that the Marvel Universe has gone smaller instead of larger.
Okay.
Because of what happens. I don't want to say what happens, but there's a big reveal at the end that it really left me with a sense that either this is on purpose, like that this could affect a certain other character in the Marvel Universe that someone else is writing.
Okay.
Or they had no clue what's going on, and it's like this. And I know they're going to gauge fan reaction off of this, but I feel like this is going to be a real whiff. This is going to be a hard, strike.
Yeah.
I think fans are going to be angry with this, and I was like, "This, you just made the universe smaller with this."
Yeah. So with the ending, it changes the core of one of a lot of people's very beloved characters.
Yes.
Nobody just can't wait to see what we're talking about. And I'm not going to spoil it for you. Maybe we'll do another video in the next couple days talking about it a little bit more. I just wanted more to happen in this. I feel like there's just nothing going on. There's still these fights that don't mean anything. There's really not a winner. You get some kind of cool-looking Avenger. Actually, let me back that up because honestly, some of the Phoenix-sized Avengers, they look kind of lame.
Yes, they do. Shang-Chi looked the same.
Yeah, Wolverine looks terrible, laughable almost. It's like a girl. It was terrible. Now, I do like the cover of this one, and this is part of a connecting cover set, so if you're buying the connecting covers, maybe pick it up. But yeah, Avengers, we need to talk about this some more because there's something at the end of this that could be if it's true, then holy crap.
I'm hoping that these two writers know what's going on. If they don't, then
they respect Jason Aaron and Donny Cates respect each other a lot. Okay. So, Donny Cates always speaks very highly of Jason Aaron, and I am a Jason Aaron fan. I am, but there's a couple skip-its of his in here this week. So, all right, so that's skip-it number one. Yep. What's your next skip-it you got? Okay.
I forgot to add that to my stack. I would have had 7 skip-its.
Okay. Well, let's talk about it then. Go ahead. So why are you going to skip Batman?
It felt like another, not really like we didn't make really any progress, but it felt like it's a snail pace progress. Nothing really is going on here, and we really see this guy. He really isn't the best. I mean, I know he's supposed to be somewhat newish at being Batman, but we don't know how new he is at being Batman. He's making a bunch of rookie moves in this. Yeah. And there are some inconsistencies with how he's able to get equipment out of his hands. They just pop up out of nowhere. But I feel like there's no real true progress with discovering who is who and who's pulling whose strings, who's in charge of what.
No, I agree.
It's running in place.
That would be in my skip-its also, because there's just the story kind of pauses. So what I have again, Black Knight.
Yeah, that was it. That would have been in my list too.
So I really wanted to like the story.
Yes.
But
Art's beautiful in it, though.
The art is great. Yeah, I will give the art a huge nod to the art. It's really good. And they kind of touch on some of the lore of the Ebony Blade. To me, that's really the biggest appeal of the Black Knight is his blade. Without his blade, who gives a crap about the Black Knight, really? I mean, and they intertwine it with some other lore of, I think it's a newer character. I didn't really recognize the other sword in there from the other dude. They get a really brand new character in there, and it just made me care even less about it when, I mean, Arrow shows up, and it's like...
For lack of a better term, they shanghaied his comic.
Yeah, they really did. They stuck all these two other characters in there, and it's like, I didn't care about...
No.
I barely cared about Black Knight. And I'm giving it a shot because of the Ebony Blade and the movie coming out. I'm hoping they're trying to get fan interest into it. But then they throw these other two characters in there I could care even less about.
Yes. And
it's like, why? Why do you have to... He doesn't need... Don't give him all these supporting characters that we care even less about. Like, just a terrible idea.
And not just that, but he is the title character of this book. And when you're the title character, you need to have one or two epic, awesome moments while you're the character in this book. Yeah. The main character. And it's more or less them belittling him, making a joke of him the whole comic. And it's like, this is not a good comic.
Yeah, let him kill one of those dragons in an epic manner.
Yes.
And he doesn't kill one in an epic manner. It's kind of like a, I don't know. Anyway, so skip it.
Yes.
All right. Next skip it. Boy, we're going to be, I can't wait to talk about some good stuff here.
I know, right?
All right, what do you got for your next skip it? Hulk, hold on.
Ah!
Yep, Hulk is a skip it.
I'm so glad you did not have it in your top 10. I would have been, woo, man.
I'm a huge Hulk fan. I'll start with this one. Once again, what's going on? Like, the Hulk was so good for so long, and I feel like it's on pause. Like, Joe Fixit has an adventure.
Mm-hmm. Felt like I was watching the movie Payback with Mel Gibson. Just going around
it's a super lame adventure. He's a very minor criminal, whatever. He decides to kind of, and the bad guys they're bringing in here, it's like they have to reintroduce us to who these people are because, once again, nobody cares about them. Like, they're scraping the total bottom of the barrel in Hulk villains. If you read the last issue, you kind of know who they are. Well, maybe you know who they are. You're wondering the same as me, like, who are these people?
Yeah.
I had to look them up, and I don't care about them. I still don't care about them. I'm not looking forward to, like, they were introduced last issue, and they were, like, introduced again in this issue, and they still don't fight the Hulk. It's just a big pause moment. Nothing's happening. Go ahead.
And then at the very end, it's like this probably, if the last 3, 4, 5 pages didn't happen, this probably would have been on the cusp of being maybe a 10-ish or if it's falling off. But oh my God, I am so glad Kyle wasn't here to see those last few pages because he would have been furious.
Yeah, when he actually decides to do something.
Well, when a certain individual wearing a uniform is doing something that that person would not do ever in this day and age.
That doesn't make any sense.
That angered me beyond
belief. I think that's part of something. So these cops try to beat this guy up who's wearing a Hulk hoodie.
For no reason.
Just for wearing a Hulk hoodie.
It's like, what?
I don't know if there's something different going on in the Marvel Universe with that, with like this Hulk gang is supposed to be stopped on sight or something. They almost try to equivalate it to like them stopping like a black dude for no reason.
Yes.
Like except for that he's a black dude and they're going to beat him up and be thug asshole cops.
Yes.
But instead of there being a black dude there, instead they do it with a kid wearing a Hulk hoodie.
Yeah.
And it's like, I don't know. It's almost, look, I'm a white guy, right? And I'm not trying to get into a bunch of political stuff, but it's almost,
it's belittling a serious topic.
Yes. That we've been talking about for some time as a society. Yeah. It's almost belittling that topic. Like, oh, cops do it. Like, let's put a white dude in a Hulk hoodie in there, and it's the same as, I don't know. I feel like it was a weird thing to do.
Yes, it was. To me, it was not cool at all.
Yeah, and again, I'm not trying to get political about any of this stuff at all. But that's just kind of, I know she felt the same way. Yeah. So.
Yes.
And these are two white dudes saying it, so imagine how someone who's not a white dude feels. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Okay, let's, our cameraman's like, me? He's a black dude. Okay, next, what else do we have?
I got...
Dude, what is up?
Oh, I'm so glad. It's like, all right, we're good. We're on the same page here.
I'll start with this one again. I kind of stopped reading it like halfway through. Not even halfway through. I'm a quarter of the way through, and I'm like, I don't really understand what's happening. I don't care what's happening. Where's the sea monsters at?
Yes.
Too much backstory. You're beating me over the head
Yes.
with the backstory in this. Like, I'm all for packing a lot of story into a comic if it flows good, and I have a couple in my top 10 that have a lot of story in them that were surprisingly really, really good. I feel like I was getting like 3 or 4 issues worth of in one comic, but not this.
No.
Like, cut it down. Why there's so much dialogue and there's so much crammed into one page? Like,
So many characters.
You're teasing me. You're teasing me with the giant sea monster, right? Where's the giant sea monster? There is no. Oh, false advertising.
We're told, like you said, there's a lot of backstory in this, and we're told there was a massive apocalyptic event that happened. It was a case of telling and not showing. We need to see this.
Don't even know what it is.
Yes.
Don't know what it is.
And there's a virus too. That happens.
I don't get it.
This is an example of an editor not doing their job.
Yeah, it's just you're thrown in the middle of way too much happening.
Too many characters. Implausible twins out of nowhere.
I tried to read it.
Yes.
I tried my best to read it. And how far did you get through
I got through the whole thing. It just I'm like, this makes no damn sense.
Yeah, you're a better man than me, because I got maybe a quarter of the way through it, and I was like, I just want to read Venom. Like, I don't care about what's happening in this anymore. Because
I mean, not gonna. You ordered heavy on this book.
Well, I did, because it was supposed to be really good.
Yes, and I'm like, I want to give it its due diligence because you ordered heavy. I'm like, hopefully there's a big twist at the end.
Yeah.
No, this is.
Well, we sold a lot.
Okay, that's
on
good.
The website. And
I'm glad.
There's some good covers, but just swing and a miss.
And Mirka didn't do the interior art. She just wrote it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Next one, skip it. Only got 2 more skip it's. Okay.
Yes.
So, tell me about why that's your skip it.
This is one I wanted to like. It was a 10.
Okay.
But the more I thought about it, the more I looked down there, I made a lot of changes.
Okay.
And like, the interior art in this was somewhere between Bob Camp and the illustrators of SpongeBob SquarePants. The art is very loose and just bad, very squeamish, bad, and it's hard to tell who is who in this book. I mean, it's an interesting story. Don't get me wrong, I love it. You know, guy comes back from the dead. He needs to get his gold back. He wants to keep his family safe. All right, that's great. You have an awesome story there, but you don't have a great comic book if you have crappy interior art.
Okay.
I mean, the art is bad in this.
Just, I felt the opposite. Well, I'll talk about my feelings on that later on. What did I have? Valkyries. God, again, Jason Aaron. There's just so the cover's misleading. They left us hanging with the Sentry is fighting a giant Sentinel corpse in the middle of the space in between the living and the dead, between Valhalla and the 616 universe, right? Yes, give me more of that. And then this Valkyrie comes back who forgot who she was. It's like, yes, more of that. Way too much time on Danny Moonstar. One of the most least popular New Mutants X-Men characters out there. Way too much time on a bunch of other crap I don't care about. Again, there's nothing happens. Stuff happens, but it's stuff I don't really care about. Like, I don't know. I did not enjoy this at all. I didn't like it at all. Not happy with it. I was really looking forward to this issue. I really was. Didn't like it. Maybe someone else will like it. I didn't like it. Okay, let's go to last skip it.
Last skip it.
I know it was a lot of skip it's, guys. Yes. Sorry. Oh, God, I like that one. Okay, so I'll go with this one. What the shit was this book? I'm sorry, but maybe I gave it a shot. Maybe it's because I'm a 47-year-old male and it's not written for me. I can totally dig that in conjunction with this. It's very psychedelic. So the artist, she put a lot of work into the art in this book. I just didn't care for it. It's a 60s kind of trippy, drug kind of. I feel like if I was on LSD, I may enjoy this a little bit more. I feel like the story was kind of drug out. Like, she could have made the main point of the story in probably half the time she did. She just filled it up with the art that she liked. It wasn't for me. Skip it. Didn't enjoy it at all.
But Jenny had a good cover. Jenny Kristen did have a good cover, though.
I guess. Yeah. This is the Frisson cover, and she's had way better. In my top 10, there's a way better one. Okay, go ahead with why you hated the book that I loved.
Man. first, the interior art in this comic is dog shit. I'm sorry, the interior art is garbage in this.
Okay.
I hated the interior art, and I literally had to reread this twice because I'm trying to figure out who some of these characters are, because I really believe the artist got some of the characters mixed up in a certain scene at the beginning, like when they're in the office explaining the box. I was like, wait a minute, I think that guy was supposed to be white, but he's black. But who's talking to who here?
I remember the moment you're talking about. I do remember that moment.
I had to go back. I'm like, what is going on here? And it just came across as, because I have a good understanding of the inner workings of the government, and this just came across as implausibly stupid, and to me. But that and a certain incident involving later around a pool with a woman and her ex, he spat out some line. I just laughed out loud. I just like, this is, I can't believe I'm reading this right now.
Yeah, the guy didn't do the writer did not do his research on protocol.
To me, it just, I am just like, I tried to take off my government cap and read this, but it's hard when you just know something. This is very far-fetched and implausibly stupid.
Yeah, there's we'll talk about. So she's standing in the pool with a knife, and the officer, they're Secret Service agents.
Yes.
You know they got to be armed, and he just kind of like coaxes her out of the pool. Hand me the knife, ma'am. It's okay. He would have had the weapon drawn. Step away, like, come on. Man.
And that's another thing. Why is the Secret Service investigating this? That does not make any sense. Yeah. I don't. But okay, never mind.
So I'll talk about mine. I really like that though. Aside from the obvious flaw. Okay, I hated this one. Okay, all right. Let's get the stuff that we actually did like.
The good stuff.
All right, number 10.
Number 10.
Here we go.
Boom.
Oh shite. Backwards. Well, you know what my number 1 is already. Okay, hold on. I gotta redo this.
Uh-oh.
9.
Meanwhile, while he's readjusting this, take a great look into this. I'm going to Avengers Mech Strike.
Oh, okay. Go ahead.
This is like I said, barely made my top 10, but the reason why this is my number 10, the story is, I'm going to say, it does not make sense at all. Okay, it does not make sense. It's another implausible story.
Okay.
However, the art in this comic is probably, I'm going to say, one of the probably the top 5 best drawn interior art comics from Marvel in the last 10 years.
Okay, so
the interior art is damn gorgeous.
Now, full disclosure, I didn't even pick that book up.
Okay.
I just was like, Avengers in robot suits, not interested.
Yes, it is. Me too. I'm like, this is implausibly stupid.
So it's that good.
The interior art is flipping gorgeous. Do not judge it by the cover. Yes, go right. Yes. Yes.
Okay, so
yes,
what
Shawn.
else? So art is why you picked it up?
Absolutely. That is why it's my number 10. The interior art is damn gorgeous.
Okay. Yeah, that is pretty good. Wow, who did that?
Yeah, I've never heard of the guy.
Mongo?
Yeah, it's Carlos Magno.
Mango.
Carlos Magno.
M-A-G-N-O.
Yeah, Carlos Magno.
Yeah, that's a good...
He's on my radar now. Carlos Magno. Yes. Look at this. Look at that Hulk. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. I will. Wow, that's much better than I thought.
Exactly. I didn't want to. I wasn't going to give it, any due time attention. And then I saw the art.
It's a great monster.
Yes.
Okay. Right. I probably should have given this.
Yeah. Like I said, it's beautiful, and then you get to the end with
the giant robots.
The mech suits. It's like, why? You had a badass story of the Avengers fighting, now you got to ruin it with mech suits?
Yeah, but you know that from picking it up, what you're getting into.
Yes, I do. I understand. It's like, man, this would have been...
they're going to form to be Mecha Avenger. Yeah. There's going to be that Avengers Assemble moment where they all come together.
Yeah.
Well, maybe it's for merchandising. Who knows?
I'm willing to bet it's for toys, yes.
Maybe it'll be a series or something. I don't know.
But like I said, don't read the story. You'll be dumber after reading it.
The art's really good.
The art is fantastic.
Okay, so you would probably hate this.
Okay.
I really like it. This is the second print for this. So printing, fantastic. Super thick cover. I like the art. It's very simplistic style. It's very dark. The cover, like tons of black ink in this one. It's super dark. It's a story about a girl who walks home at night and what happens. Don't want to spoil anything if you haven't read it. And I liked the premise behind it. The pacing was really good in the story. Really good pacing. I want to read the next one. I really liked it. I thought it was so much. It bumped a lot of stuff. It made my top 10. I thought about it a little more, and I really did like the story. Really did. So let's go to
number 9.
Number 9. Yep, you're in charge of counting. So
She's a beauty, that number 9.
What number we're on?
This is tough. Yes.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
All right, so I'm going to start. You hated this.
Yes.
Now, the interior art is very cartoonish. It's very cartoonish.
Absolutely. Yes.
I really liked the story in this.
Yeah, it's a good story.
It's so unique.
Yes, it is.
It starts off, you're wondering what's going on, and then the wife says what she did, and then
there's a very funny scene at the very beginning with whoa, what's going on here?
And then as the story progresses, there's another. I feel like I read 3 issues in 1 issue, and they all made sense. They flew together, flided together. They fit together very well. They floated together. They did that word very well. It was very smooth. It wasn't confusing. They explain it. What happens? You're kind of confused and explains it, and then you're a little bit like, "Why?" Oh, then explains it, and then you're like, "Oh, that's kind of cool." There's a really good kind of twist at the end, and I want to read the next one. So I really enjoyed this one. I thought it was pretty unique. I feel like I definitely got my $3.99 worth for this book.
Story-wise, absolutely. And I will take a look at issue 2. I will hope. I'm sorry.
Was the art the biggest turn off?
Yes, the art was the biggest turn off for me, and it's really indecipherable at times.
Yeah.
Who was who? What was going on? But I'm hoping issue 2 it improves on the art.
It's almost like the art, and there's so much art in this, just like in Deep Beyond. There's so much art, but the Deep Beyond was much more confusing to me, and just turned me off. Whereas this was okay. It floated very much more gooder than the other one did. Okay, let's number 8. Numero ocho.
The Ocho. Boom.
Oh, okay. You like your Transformers.
Yes, I do.
Cover, Ian McDonald. That's it. Not going to read it. This cover is so strong. I really like it. Ian McDonald just does some fantastic covers. Fantastic artist. Had a little communication with him. Never met him yet, but nice person. He's also an art director at Stewart's Sideshow.
No.
Yeah, so he's one of the art. Ian, if you're watching, sorry if I screwed your job up, or if you don't work there anymore. But last communication I had with him was he'd worked at Sideshow as art director over there. Nice. I think that's what your title was. But anyway, great cover, great artist, loved it. Made my number. What are we on? 7, 8.
8.
8. Yep.
I have Beast Wars number 1. So I'm slightly younger than you. And I grew up with Beast Wars, and I was in that age range where I had both the OG Transformers and Beast Wars. I loved Beast Wars as a kid, and this issue is a great jumping on point. If you're not familiar with it, you want to know, this shows you how it all starts.
Okay, interesting.
Stolen information, go to Earth, Energon, boom, they're in the past, and Beast Wars.
See, I watched, my Transformers was during the Bozo show. I watched it. I grew up in the Midwest in Chicago watching the Bozo show. Yep. And there was little snippets of the Transformers, like 3-minute clips. And I would watch it right before I went to school. So I was total old school Transformers. When the movie came out, loved it. And then I really kind of jumped off before Beast Wars, so I never got into Beast Wars. But if there's origins in there and the story's good, it makes you want to pick it up. So I'll definitely check it out.
Great jumping on point.
Great. Love it. Now I want to read it. All right. What are we on? 7?
7.
All right. Okay. So I'll really quick for me again. Second print of a pretty big key in the Star Wars world. I feel like you gotta have it, so I got it. There you go. Spec value.
Nice.
What do you got?
I got cover B, Snake Eyes Dead Game number 4.
Right.
Yep. Rob is doing the art, and the art is a big step up from the previous issue. Snake Eyes in the middle of the Dead Game. He's getting ready to finish it up. There's a great fight scene. I gotta say it. Snake Eyes v Polar Bear. It's awesome. Yes, and
that sounds cool.
We get a sneak. There's maybe a little sneak peek of 2 characters from G.I. Joe lore show up at the end.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, it's a very fun, awesome, action-packed issue. Love it.
So I didn't read this one either. I read so much I kind of ran out of time. I liked issue 1 of this, and my bad for not reading 2 or 3. We did a story variant for number 1 with Morant Michaels. Is really cool, and I need to read issue 2 and 3. And you putting in your top 10 definitely makes you want to read the other 2 issues now.
It's just seeing Rob Liefeld, the action sequences he's doing, and their improvements on 2 and 3. and his art in this is really good.
He's still got it, man.
Yes, he does.
People crack on him sometimes, but they just love to crack on everybody. His stuff is good. I enjoy his art. I really do.
Absolutely.
I think
Still do.
Yeah.
I'll take his art over anyone at IDW any day of the week.
Yeah.
Or any other indie publisher.
Yeah,
But,
absolutely.
That's me.
And I do like that cover. That definitely catches the eye when you look at all the covers that came out this week, and your eye is definitely drawn to that. It's a very strong cover.
It plays into the story too. So there we go.
Very cool. Yep. Nice. Okay, let's go to, what are we on, 6?
6.
Numero 6, 6. Okay. You start.
Sea of Sorrows number 3. Rob Dyrdek. He's continuing his historical horror titles. This is with men in a desperate situation trying to get gold at the bottom of the ocean, and meanwhile they're maybe losing their minds, trying to cabin feverish. They're starting to go at with each other, and there may or may not be a supernatural force at the bottom of these waters that's taking down other ships. But it's a great suspense building series and a great suspense building comic.
Cool.
Yeah.
So if you want a scary underwater story, read this and not
absolutely, and not the other one that America wrote. Yeah.
Deep Blue or whatever.
Yeah, it's a very creepy moment in this. It's good. Yeah.
Nice. What did I have again?
Maniac.
Oh yeah. Oh my God, this was so good. I really like this. So there is one moment in there where you're like, is that the same character? Where I thought something got maybe mixed up. The premise behind it's great. Why would the Secret Service have this case? They explain why the Secret Service has the case. Secret Service was founded like 30 years before FBI and other things were formed. There's a serial killer. Nobody can stop him. He's been on the loose for many years in New York. The New Yorkers just live with him. Some newbie gets assigned to the case to try to stop him. And you find out what's going on. It's really cool. I really liked it, and I definitely want to read the next one.
I wanted it to be in my top 10. I did, and when I read it, and it's one of those, I applied a verisimilitude to this, and when they said the number of people he murdered, I laughed out loud. I'm like, there's no way this guy would still be walking the streets.
So there's got to be some kind of he's some kind of super powerful supernatural force where like they can't stop him. That's what I want to see. I want to see them try to stop him. Like there's got to be a flashback issue coming up. Don't Let Me Down, Aftershock. Yeah. Who's the writer here? Elliot Kalan. Mm-hmm. Elliot, man, don't let me down. Mm-hmm. I'm waiting for, even if hopefully it's soon, I'm waiting for the flashback episode where they actually try to stop him, and you find out why they can't stop him, or at least you see some kind of epic, like Punisher style moment where the Punisher's been like a Garth Ennis Punisher where he's just been stabbed and shot and he doesn't stop because he has this indomitable will. Something like that. The murderer is clearly some kind of psychopath. He's not a Punisher guy at all. But I liked it. They could ruin it if the story doesn't play out well. Hopefully it plays out well, and it's what I hope it's going to be. There can be some cool scenes in there.
I'll check out issue 2 when it comes out. Hopefully they give, like you said, some explanation to it. That way I can put aside my realistic touches into a comic. So I can enjoy
your
it.
Vaseline and Matude
verisimilitude. Richard Donner would be upset with you right now.
What number are we on?
5.
5. Halfway through.
Yes.
All right. So, okay, interesting.
Yep.
Yeah, this is. Oh God, I love this too. I really love this. Again, I got them kind of mixed up a little bit. This is the FBI one.
I was like, started thinking of the Secret Service a little bit. Yeah,
very similar kind of cop dramas. Sorry.
They really are. Yeah, they deal with a lot with the backman with the cops.
This is the FBI one where they explain why the FBI has this case. This is and just get them both. Get them both. Read them. You won't regret it. This is really cool.
It's a great premise.
Yeah,
I love the premise. Yes.
It's got kind of what is it? The Ring kind of feel to it, where 7 days you have to get rid of this thing or something. Battle happened to you. These they have 1 year. So the Secret Service, they get assigned 1 year to a case, and if they can't solve it's the oldest case they have, then it goes to the next. Somebody else gets to try to solve it. And these cops are on the verge of solving the case at the end of their year, and then stuff starts happening. Don't know if it gets them closer or farther away, There is a part in here where you're like, that never would have happened to anybody that knows any kind of like law enforcement or just common sense. You're like, that's not how that situation would be handled. But so anyway, I like this one. I highly advise you pick it up. Man Bat.
I love this comic. Kyle Hotz did the main cover.
Yeah, it's good.
And it's a great story because we're really seeing this takes place before Justice League Dark and Metal. So we have a good foundation of where and when to put our minds into reading this.
Okay.
So we really see Kirk Langstrom essentially losing everything pretty much in this. And we see what the serum has had an effect on him, his family, and it's really just caused him to lose, to become diluted, just to lose sense of like the reality around him pretty much. Like, no, you have lost me, you've lost your wife, you lost your family, you've lost your job, everything because of this damn serum. And it's great. And you see Batman come in, try to help him, but he's just so like, no, you're just trying to make things worse. It's a great issue. It's great. Yeah.
Okay, cool. I thumbed through it. I read it. I didn't think it was that. I'm not a fan of the character either, but it just didn't make my list. I'm surprised it's so high up on your list.
I loved it for the Kyle Hotz cover too. That gave it a nice little bump.
Cover and story.
Yes.
All right, let's go to number 4.
There we go. Venom.
Yeah. So now we have store variant for this.
Yes, you do.
It's fantastic. I don't know if you can see it. It connects. Tyler Kirkham. Let me know what the guard looks like on there. Camera dude. So, Tyler Kirkham, it's connecting video game cover. It's been out for a little while. We've had it for pre-sale on our website. This would obviously be my top choice of cover. This would be my number 1 book, but I want to be fair. If you're walking into your comic shop, you're not going to ask for our store variant unless they're one of our retail partners. But there's still limited copies that's available on the website. There really wasn't many. I think we only had like maybe 27 4-sets left of the trade dress and the Virgin. But connecting video game theme, Tyler Kirkham just nailed it. Love it. So we do have a store exclusive for this. It's message us if you want a copy, and it seems we're sold out. We have very, very few reserved for certain things, so we can always squeeze a couple out of there. All right. Anyway, so what'd you like about this?
I love the art by Coelho. Did a great job sticking in for Ryan Stegman.
Yeah, the art was really good.
And there's some great moments between Spider-Man and Dylan, just telling him like,
in the beginning.
Just, you don't have to do this. This is your chance. And it's like,
yep.
It's great. There's some great moments later on with Flash Thompson because to me, I never cared for Flash Thompson as Venom. I was off that train.
Yeah, I never got into the Agent Venom.
But Donnie did a great job of making me care for Flash Thompson and to respect Flash Thompson as Venom. Yeah. I'm like, F&A. I like Flash Thompson as Venom now.
I like the way he wrote Flash because Flash he's still a jokester, prankster, kind of smart ass. Yeah. But he's a hero. I mean, he's a good person that was inspired to be the way he is because of Spider-Man, and I like the way Donnie wrote him. Yeah. I like the issue too. It was really good. It happens right in between Venom or King and Black. What is it? 3 and 4 we're on now.
Yeah.
Right in between there. It moves the story right along. It fits in flawlessly. Great writing on Donnie's part to make you feel like you're not reading something where you're like, but this just happened. Like, how can this happen? I started to think that in the very beginning. I was like, well, this just happened. So this is all continuity's all screwed up. And not even 4 pages in, I was like, oh, he fixed that. Like, awesome. So great job on him on writing this. I really enjoyed it. Yeah, great story. Looking forward to the next one.
Yeah, big, a little surprise ending.
Yeah, heading towards a lot of cool things going on.
Yes.
So. All right, and I like the version of Null you see in this one at the end.
Yes,
that's
that
one of the cool Null outfits we've seen yet. Okay, number 3. Oh man, yes. So I'll talk about yours for a minute. Okay. I read that because you were talking so much about it last time.
Yeah.
I loved it. I loved it. It didn't crack my top 10 because I thought everything else was stronger, but I really liked that issue. There's some great moments. I'll go ahead and talk about it.
Yeah, like I said, I love this issue. The art is terrific, and we see the origin of the Frost Giant's daughter, where she came from, her father, and she's just blown away by how strong Conan is. He's able to resist her, and it was a great ending. Did this did this happen? Did it not happen?
Yeah, great ending. I was like, there's some great splash pages where I was just like, oh,
there's a great scene. I gotta spoil this. There's a great scene when he's panning out to when you see her dad show up. You see Conan jump after him, but it pans out to like you're far away, like miles away. You see like him as like a little dot, and her dad is like this huge monster. And Conan's going at him.
He just doesn't give a shit.
No,
yeah, it's awesome.
Awesome. This I love this art. Loved all the covers, but I picked the one by Alberto Albuquerque right here. It's beautiful. If you're not reading this series, it's only on issue 3. Pick it up. Do yourself a favor and read this. It's awesome.
What I have again? So cover. Once again, James Francis, this cover is so good. It's fantastic. The story was kind of meh. Like again, it gets a lot more serious towards the end. So I definitely liked the second part of this story much, much more than I liked the first part of the story. That stupid little fairy's not there anymore. I liked Hades. Was really cool. Like the corniness that turned me off to the first issue, it like disappeared after like the 3rd page. And it got to be a serious story, which is what I was hoping for. And so I really liked it. It made it all the way up to number 3.
Nice.
All right, let's do number 2.
Number 2.
Okay.
Yes.
So mine's pretty easy. Duh. Second print webhead covers. They're all the rage. They're finally out. There's a 1 in 50 of this. It's the white version. Pick it up. I just think it's one of those you got to have. A lot of people are collecting these. You're going to want to get them all. So pick it up. Get it. It's awesome. And if you find the 1 in 50 at a good price, get that one also. It's a black and white one. Okay, what you got?
I've got the second print as well, but of Swamp Thing Future State, number 1. If you haven't read this is your chance. Second print just came out. You got the concept character cover by Mike Perkins. This is a great story in the future about Swamp Thing. He pretty much shows him creating life, how he went about creating life.
It's super far in the future in Future State.
Exactly. Yeah, it's not the furthest story, but it's like the second or third furthest story in the future.
It's Immortal Wonder Woman is the farthest one at the end of time, supposedly. It doesn't feel like the end of time. And then there's Swamp Thing.
Yes, and we really see, we find out there's a secular version of society that's trying to survive, and there's a mysterious character who's been keeping them alive, and he's may have a mysterious dark force that he's maybe using to take out Swamp Thing.
Pretty cool.
We're going to find out. It's awesome.
Yeah, I did like the story. It just didn't crack my top. I liked the first one was enough. I didn't feel like the second print was cool enough for me to pick it up in my top 10. There was other more cooler stuff I wanted to get, so that's why I didn't even have it. And that's your number 2. That's my number 2. Really, we definitely have different tastes.
Yes, we do.
Number 1, duh.
Boom.
Oh my lord, you and your Swamp Thing.
Okay, I'll let you go at it.
So this is most of these adventures books. Seem to be for kids. This is not. Your kid can read it, but they're not going to understand what's going on, depending on how old your kid is. It's definitely not a 5, 6, 7, even 12-year-old book, in my opinion. I really enjoyed this. Great flow of the story. Introduces you to the new characters. It sets the stage of the situation they're in. They're in dire straits right from the beginning. It's something you see them in action, and then there's a twist at the end where they're put in another perilous situation. You learn who the characters are throughout the adventure. I really liked it. Very strong start good on IDW and the writer, who was it? Older. So good on him, and the interior art's really good. So good on IDW, good on the writer. Great pacing, very strong entry into the Old Republic era. I was very impressed with this by far.
Thanks.
Yep.
So mine is Future State Swamp Thing number 2. I read this twice by itself and felt incredibly moved after reading this. I read it a third time, but I read it with issue 1 and 2 back to back. And I have to say, this 1-2 punch, there's only 2 issues, that's it, by Ram V. This will go down as one of the best Swamp Thing stories in history.
Wow, that's saying a lot.
Yes.
That's huge.
This issue 2 moved me at the very end. This is powerful, and it is one of the best, because you don't really see 2-issue arcs anymore.
Yeah.
Like in the old days. This is a callback to those days. 2 issues telling a solid story. You get the bang for your buck, and it tells this great arc of Swamp Thing. And I just left reading it thinking, this is going to be talked about for years. This issue.
It probably hits you harder because you're such a big Swamp Thing fan.
Well, not just that, but yeah, I am a Swamp Thing fan. I'm an Alan Moore fan, but but after Alan Moore, there was a period there where like it was kind of a black void for Swamp Thing. Like it was good, but it wasn't as good as Alan Moore. Reading this is as good as Alan Moore.
Wow.
Yes.
That's huge.
Reading this, if you had said Alan Moore wrote this, I would have believed it. It is fantastic. It is going to, like I said, is going to go down as one of the best Swamp Thing.
I'll give this a second look. I skimmed through it. I was, crunched for time again this week, but the fact that it made your number 1, you're so strong about it, I'll definitely give it a second look and read a little more. Maybe I missed that emotional impact at the end. I probably did, because I don't miss those usually, but it sounds like I totally missed that one completely. Okay, so guys, thanks for hanging out with us. I owe you 3 giveaways, 3 weeks of giveaways. So if you comment what your book you're most looking forward to, you will win all of these. You just have to like the video. You have to be subscribed to the channel. Also hit the notification bell after you subscribe to make sure that you get notifications when we go live. And then leave a comment. Comment your like number. Right? So once you like it, it'll tell you what like number you are. Comment your like number. Let me know what comic you're most looking forward to this week. And you'll be entered to do the giveaway. I had to leave town last week. I couldn't do the giveaway video last week. You guys, 3 weeks of giveaway videos. They'll all be done this Friday. So get in there and drop your comments in there. Thanks for hanging out. We appreciate it. Buy what you like. Collect what you want. And we'll see you next time.
Take it easy.